Hello, Retterburn here, part 4 of our Let's Play Doom series, and in this one, this is going to be a very short codex entry reading session, so if you want more action, skip on to part 5. I'm making separate ones because I don't want it to interfere with our run and gun sessions. So here we go. So the last time I fell into a cliff because I was so careless. So I think we're going to load back to the control room where we activate the satellite array. I mean the receiver dish. What was I thinking using the array? There's only one receiver dish. At least I think so. Yep, there's only one. So, codex entries. Where were we? Environments. Have we read this already? I don't think so. So the Resource Operations Center, referred to as ResOps, was one of the first facilities constructed at the Mars base after the discovery of the Argent Fracture. It encompasses several key areas needed to run the facility, including plasma extraction and processing, isotope stabilization, heavy metal and ore mining, artifact analysis, communications networking, and off-world transportation. New UAC employees posted to the Mars facility are expected to fulfill a tour of duty in ResOps before moving on to their specialized career bracket. Security clearance level 1 allows access to all areas of ResOps, excluding the Vega networking hubs and some satellite control centers. For access to these locations, new advocates must submit a Delta Q Delta form to the Department Enforcer. Okay, moving on. Gornes Health Station. The UAC Health Station follows the same standard design specification as its predecessor, the Health Pack, but with improved nanobot dispersal and faster cellular analysis. When the patient's arm is inserted into the administration sleeve, the health station initiates a microscopic atomic force scan on the subject and administers a nanobot package that targets cellular deficiencies. Chem clusters are then dosed to the patient, which stimulates rapid recovery. Some users experience lightheadedness when using the health station. This can be cured by reinserting the patient's arm into the machine and running it a second time. This step can be repeated as often as necessary. Okay, monsters. Oh, Vega. I don't think we've read the Vega 1 decoded entry. So, running the Argent facility takes a lot of power. Not just electrical and mechanical power, but computational power. With so many interdependent systems feeding off a single power source, the UAC decided it would need to create a central mainframe computer to manage not only the flow of Argent energy, but the day-to-day operations of a facility with over 60,000 employees. This mega computer, the brainchild of Samuel Hayden, head of the UAC, would exceed the computational ability of any system before it, and more importantly, would be recognized as the first truly autonomous artificial intelligence entity. They named it Vega. So I hope it doesn't go all Shodan on us. Chainsaw. There have been reports of this item being seen at the Argent facility, though there are no known uses for it. Security personnel have been made aware that this item has likely been smuggled into Mars, and have been directed to confiscate it immediately. As there are no practical uses for it, it must be assumed that this item should be considered a black market enthusiast's weapon. I wonder who ordered these things. Okay, we've read that. Also, I don't think so. The plasma rifle became standard issue among military units with the advent of Argent-powered electromagnetic accelerators. Based off the HIPGD design of the early 21st century, this weapon delivers a rapid salvo of plasmoids that inflict both impact and thermal damage to the target. Awesome. Frag grenade. Okay. We've read that. Possessed engineer. Okay, is the scroll bar working or... Okay, it's working. During a Lazarus Wave event, Victims undergo dramatic changes to their physiology both internally and externally. Aside from fundamentally changing the composition of their internal organs, the high-intensity plasma wave is strong enough to fuse metal to skin. That's gruesome. In many cases, personal items such as watches and jewelry can burn through the skin and become permanently embedded in the victim. Perhaps the most unfortunate victims of this fusing event are any subjects that happen to be working with acetylene tanks or welding equipment, as this equipment is often attached to the body to allow for mobile work in low-gravity environments. The Lazarus wave will create a demonized demon with a highly combustible explosive device embedded in its skin. As with all possessed creatures, they are mindless and driven through some form of telepathic communication from an unknown demon overseer. Additional care must be taken when confronting a possessed engineer. If the fuel tank is punctured and it doesn't explode, the weakened container can turn the possessed engineer into an explosive projectile. There is a danger to any being nearby, both human and demon. Okay, whoa, nice art. I mean, 3D CGI thingamajig. Possessed security units exhibit the most complex battle strategies of all possessed humans, including mobile shield advances towards the enemy and firing while in the defilade. Possessed security will also drop their shields to adopt a more accurate firing stance at the cost of lowering their defense. Nice. Okay, Berserk. Yeah, we had fun with this one in part 3. Test subjects exposed to this sphere exhibit extreme rage and increased strength. It has been noted that subjects given the Berserk sphere will vent their rage on any living creature they can find, and will even self-harm if they have no outlet for their fury. In the extremely rare case that a subject survives exposure, they will be left in a perpetual state of delirium and should be exterminated. Hey, Doomarine, we've already read that. Fully modded. If you have 2 mods available for a weapon, you can quickly... Okay. Glory... So I changed this one to X because every time I press R... Oh right, I have to eliminate R from this one because I have this reflex that whenever I fire I try to reload immediately, so it has been a pain experiencing that, so I have to delete R from that command. We'll do that in part what? I'll do that in between episodes, don't worry about it. Glory kills, mission challenges, secrets. Okay, weapon switching. Yep. So I think that's it. So this is it for part 4. In part 5 we will continue playing the game. So this has been Retroburn. See you in the next vid. Stay cool, stay frosty.